Hey gang, it's Ruben. Welcome back to my channel. So this episode is a top 5 list. I did a prior top 5 episode about books of the Bible to check out for new Christians. This top 5 list is a top 5 recommendation of pastors to watch or listen so that you can continue to get fed throughout the week. It's super important to stay nourished. It's just like food, right? You don't just eat once a week. And so similarly, we want to make sure that we are staying nourished spiritually beyond just Sunday service at church. So first of all, about Sunday service, I would recommend that that's absolutely the first place you go to get fed. It's super important to find a local church and get fed on a weekly basis. So if you don't belong to a church, that's my first recommendation is get yourself a local church. Find one, shop for one, date many until you find the one that fits you. And then go there weekly and get fed on a weekly basis. Now, let's get on with the top 5 list. So this is in no particular order, all right? But here's my top 5 list. Number 1 on my list is Pastor Earl Mclellan out of Shoreline City in Dallas. He happens to be my local pastor as well, but that aside, he's fantastic. His church is growing, it's flourishing, it's the most diverse church I've ever seen, and there's many ways you can get access to his messages. Shoreline City has a website, they have an app, and they have a YouTube channel. So check out Earl Mclellan from Shoreline City Church. Number 2 on my list is Caine, who runs A21 Ministries. And this ministry is so amazing. It's solely dedicated to ending slavery throughout the world, in particular human trafficking and sex trafficking. Caine is an amazing deliverer of the word. She's what I would call a teaching pastor. She's accessible via her website. She also has a podcast, and you can also check her out daily on TBN. Number 3 on my list is Levi Lusko. He runs Freshlife Church out of Montana, and he delivers great messages as well. His messages are a little bit of a longer format, and I think that's great. We don't always just want a short 20 or 30 minute message. Levi Lusko will give you more like a 45-minute message. I think he's great. My wife also thinks he's great. And you know, if your wife thinks their message is great, you got to put them in your top 5 list, right? Number 4 on my list is Pastor Tim Keller, who's the lead pastor of Redeemer Presbyterian Church out of New York City. Beyond being lead pastor of that church, he's a well-respected evangelist and apologist. He's a national and global speaker. He's published several books. He's got so many messages that you can check out from his website. He's also got them accessible via podcast. Tim Keller is an amazing, what I would call, Bible teaching pastor. Highly recommend listening to Tim Keller. And then number 5 on my list is Pastor Joseph Prince, who runs New Creation Church out of Singapore. Pastor Joseph Prince is a Bible teaching pastor also. He delivers an amazing message, and I don't care what anybody says, he's the real deal. He might be a mega church pastor, but he delivers an anointed message. I recommend checking him out. He's got a website. He's got a lot of content out there. So check out Pastor Joseph Prince. All right, gang, that's my top 5. Look, that's not the only list. You guys are more than welcome to keep searching for other pastors that you enjoy listening to. Matter of fact, I encourage it. I hope this was helpful. God bless you guys.